Let's talk about, first of all, before we talk about the season coming up and all the things you want to accomplish, what's the number one thing coming out of last season that you really think is the number one thing that this hockey club needs to do to improve?
Well, I think more on the mental side than anything, Coach, is just understanding that just stay with it and don't let your thoughts get involved so much, with your play. I think a little bit up and down last year, period to period. We want to be a more consistent hockey team. I really believe if we are, we're going to have way more success.
Let's move on to the right side. We're obviously got Jake Voracek, Wayne Simmonds, two outstanding right wingers. Steve Downey has moved on. What are you looking for there?
Well, I think, to start with, we're going to be looking for a right winger to play with Couturier and Reed. Being that Reed and Couturier have been together for a while, I like those combinations like that. So R.J. Umberger's can play the right side, left side, center. He's a very versatile guy. So is Michael Raffle. So, one of those two guys are going to find a spot there probably, or, we'll see how camp goes with young guys and stuff like that. But it's nice to have that versatility with some of our players. Umberger, Braden Shen, Raffle. They can move around and we'll find somebody in that spot. Yep. Zach Ronaldo was up there a little bit, did a good job when he was up there. So, I'm looking for Zach to come in and to camp and move up the charts.
You bring up R.J. Umberger, and let's take a look at that trade as we move into the left wingers and say, okay, you lose a guy that was very popular with the fans, very, very good on that left side. He's had some good years. He's had some off years, but at the same time, he brought a lot to the table. Now you bring in R.J. Umberger, who's been here before, has a great ability to have a fresh start once again here in Philadelphia after a tough couple of years in Columbus. Tell us about the pros and cons in your mind as a coach, losing a Hartnell but getting an Umberger.
Yeah, well, Hartnell was a real good player for the Flyers, obviously, on and off the ice. He did a great job, in both areas, and he had a lot of respect in his locker room. So, our locker room's going to be looking, for a leader that's gone, and not looking for somebody, but they're going to miss him. We're all going to miss him, but that's the hockey business, and you got to move on and forget about it. So, but we're gaining a real good pro. He's been around a long time. A guy that's won a championship with this organization in the minor leagues. We all like RJ. Skates well, big guy, very good at the net front area, which I think that we don't have enough of on our team. A guy that can get in front of that goalie and do a good job screening, and RJ scored 20 goals in this league. So it's not out of the realm that he's on the left side with Giroux and Voracek, a big guy that can skate and create some room for those guys and be a good net guy.
You've talked about, we kind of talked about Ronaldo's, and we talked about the Reeds, and we look at Raffle, who can play everywhere. What's your philosophy on lines and line changes? It seems like we put so much onus now, obviously in the media, especially because they all want to know the lines. Everybody's got to talk the lines. For you as a coach, how important is that?
I think that I pretty well keep two guys together quite a bit. Like, Giroux and Voracek pretty much have always playing together. Right. Shen and Simmonds have played together most of the time here, and Reed and Couturier have played together most of the time. And the fourth line, we've had some different people in and out. It's kind of tough to keep any two combinations together, but I like two-man combinations, and I always feel that, moving one guy in and out a little bit creates a little bit something new, different look. I obviously moved Hartnell out of that line and put Raffle up there a few times. He's a better skater, hangs onto the puck a little bit more of a puck possession guy than Hartnell. Can't score as good as Hartnell, but does some other things well. So I always move guys around a little bit here. Just a different look, change things up. Players think a little bit differently because of it. Players feel differently, and that's all it is.
Going into the season, do you divide the season into increments to make a goal for the team? Like they used to do that with quarters or thirds and things of that nature. Do you have a goal like that with your hockey club?
I'm not really a goal-oriented guy. I don't believe in, well, we need to be here or here. I look at it, I want our team to come to practice every day and get better. And that in doing that, I want every game, I want us to go and play hard as we can, and try to get better every game. And I think if we do that, we'll get to where we need to go. So I look at it as, you come, every shift matters, every day matters. Come to work every day and try to get better as a team. And it's about the team, it's about this.
Your coaching staff is all in place except for John Paddock leaving and Gord Murphy coming in. Tell us about Gord Murphy and his addition to your staff.
I played with Gord Murphy, and so did Ron Hextall, so we know him very well. Good defenseman when he played, smart defenseman. He's one of those guys that had to be smart to play in the National Hockey League. He had to be a position guy, a stick guy, a good stick. So I think he's going to really help our defense. I really do. I think that he's got a great, mind for the game. Obviously a good guy, good personality. I think our defensemen are really look forward to working with him, and he was very highly recommended